Stay tuned. Paula Abdul. American Idol judge and singer-songwriter Paula Abdul has been a topic of conversation for years. Allegations of substance abuse arose in the early 2000s when people began noticing erratic behavior while working with her during American Idol. It was Abdul's 2007 interview with Seattle's Fox affiliate that really raised eyebrows. The singer slurred her words and rocked back and forth in her seat, appearing to be drunk or drugged. American Idol distanced itself from the interview, referring all inquiries about the singer's bizarre behavior to her publicist Jeff Ballard. It was a technical problem, Ballard told FoxNews.com. They dropped the sound not once but twice. She's in a little room by herself and could hear people shouting in her mic. She did 20 of those interviews without incident. It was simply a matter of Seattle screwing up. Abdul herself denied accusations that she was under the influence of something during the interview, claiming that she's never had a drug abuse problem and insisting that her behavior was the result of audio problems. Ironically, while the singer was flailing about in the interview, she actually said, "Any publicity is good publicity." The video was hugely popular on YouTube, which titled the clip, "Paula Abdul, What Is She Smoking?" Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino is one of the best directors in Hollywood, creating cinematic masterpieces from Pulp Fiction to Inglourious Basterds. He's also notorious for having an especially short fuse, particularly when it comes to discussing touchy subjects. Krishnan Guru Murthy of Channel 4 interviewed the director to promote his new film, Django Unchained. When brought up the topic of violence in his movies, Tarantino immediately shut him down. The director said he'd already discussed his position on violence in film, and he wasn't about to waste his time rehashing it. He wanted to talk about Django, period. But Guru Murthy kept pushing. Tarantino became increasingly annoyed and finally lashed out at the interviewer, stating that it was none of his damn business what he thought about that, and that he was not a slave, nor was Guru Murthy his master. "I am shutting your butt down." The interview revealed little about Tarantino's film, but plenty about his temper. O.J. Simpson. In 2018, a shocking lost Fox interview with former football star O.J. Simpson was released. In the 2006 interview, Simpson talks about the brutal murders of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ronald Goldman, for which he was tried and acquitted. Simpson recounts the night of the murders in detail, talking only in hypotheticals, but skipping over parts he didn't recall. He describes a scenario in which he and his friend Charlie pull up to his ex-wife's house with a knife. They get into a verbal altercation when Goldman arrives. Brown Simpson comes out and demands that OJ and Charlie leave. Simpson remembers her falling and his grabbing the knife. Simpson claims that he does not remember anything that happened after this point and laughs, reminding the interviewer that the situation is purely hypothetical. Anyone who had been glued to the TV watching the white SUV chase, the crime scene photos, and the trial remembers full well that this was no laughing matter. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has been nicknamed the baddest man on the planet for a reason. Be it in the boxing ring or interviews, Iron Mike proved his nickname was right. Tyson was madder than hell after back-to-back losses to Evander Holyfield in 1996 and 97. The second match ended with Tyson biting off a chunk of his opponent's ear. He was banned from the sport for 19 months. Following his hiatus, and eager for money and fame, 33-year-old Tyson granted an interview to Channel 9's Russ Salzberg to promote his return to the boxing ring. If the goal was to present a new and improved Mike Tyson, he failed miserably. Angry as ever, he still didn't seem to understand that boxing is a sport, not a fight to the death. Salzberg asked Tyson if he had concerns about the underdog predictions. The fighter replied, "I don't know anything about the numbers. I know what I can do. I'm about killing this motherfucker." Salzberg then asked Tyson if the rage he has works for or against him in the ring. "Who cares?" he replied. "We're in a fight anyway. What does it matter?" The interviewer reminded Tyson that his anger didn't help him against Holyfield. "Well, fuck it. It's a fight, so whatever happens, happens." Seeing how far he could push the baddest man, Salzberg asked, "Mike, why do you talk like that?" Tyson snapped back, "Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station." An exasperated Salzberg gave up on trying to humanize Tyson, who called him an asshole and told him to fuck off. The interviewer concluded with Salzberg's final words, "Class act, buddy." That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.